everybody, Gina DeLuca here. All right, I am testing out a new paint today to see how it reacts in a straight pour. In comparison to the Arteza paint that I used in my last painting, which was the Bordeaux Red, it doesn't quite appear to have as much of a shine. It looks a bit matte, which that surprised me, honestly. And we're going to see how that works, because generally a glossy paint used as the background with the matte paints will make cells. So we will see what's going to happen. We might just wind up with a pretty straight pour with no cells. We'll see. But the color I'm using is the Amsterdam, what was the technical color of that? The Turquoise Green is what that is. The other colors I'll be using. I have a Decoart Americana Decor Metallics in copper, in rose gold, and this color I have here, which is very, very close to the now discontinued but still beloved Mysterious. Very, very close to that. Is actually a mixture of Sapphire and Emerald. These paints are mixed 1 part paint to 2 parts Floetrol, which is then thinned with my concoction of 90% water, 10% Floetrol. The consistency that we have is about a 2 on my consistency scale. It makes a mound, but it disappears very quickly. Before we get started, have you seen the Fluid Art inspiration cards? If you have, you can fast forward about a minute, but if you have not, what we have are 52 cards. There are 42 technique cards. I'll give you a new card today. There are 42 technique cards. Each technique card has an associated video here on YouTube. That is the picture of that particular video. This box here has a tip for that particular technique. This is the color palette that was used in that particular video. And then these 2 boxes are meant to be used together as the basis of a 2-color palette, or you can build off of those 2 colors. And there are 8 bonus color palette cards. Each one has 5 color palettes. Use all of the colors, just use some of the colors, mix and match the color palettes with the techniques, and you have thousands upon thousands of combinations. And the palettes can be used for more than just pouring, of course, beadwork or crochet, quilting, what have you. These are available at my website, ginadeluca.net, and now they are also available at Amazon. So you can now get them at the Amazon. I like to make sure I am not going to run out of the base color for my pour. All right, my base coat is down, and now I'm going to put some paint in the cup. All right, I'm going to pour this from up high. If you know me and my straight pours, you know that I like to, oftentimes, the first color that I put in is similar to the base color. I like when they blend coming from up high. I want it to sink. Then the copper, again, this is where the bartending skills come in handy. and then the rose gold. Okay, so it appears that my blue-green mixture is coming to the top. I would prefer that the turquoise would be what I would see the most of. All right, let's make a mess, shall we? As I get closer to the end of the cup, I will get closer to the canvas. Oh, can I get a full turn? Can I get a full turn? This is risky business right here. Woo-wee! Okay. I can breathe now. Let's pop the bubbles. So many bubbles with this technique. Get any bubbles that may still be lingering on the base coat. Don't get too close. You don't want to scorch your paint. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for a minute and see if I get any kind of cell action popping up while I look for a corner catcher. All right, well, whether this is gonna give me cells or not, I don't know. We shall see. I imagine some kind of cell action will happen, but even if not, I think these colors are really, really pretty together. So let's see what happens, shall we? I'm going to tilt very, very slowly. I don't want to mess up that center. If I tilt this quickly, the layers of paint will just roll over top of each other, and that center will wind up catching the corner like it did on my last painting. But my little Fibonacci is so good on this one, I don't want to risk losing it. I'm going to get very close to the corner. And I'm going to grab my corner catcher. Just a piece of cardboard designed to keep too much of that paint from tilting off. And then just bring it back. And I typically only need it for that first corner, usually. Bringing the paint back to center. And I think I'm going to hit this opposing corner because I want to try to get my little Fibonacci recentered. If I were to do one of the connecting corners instead of an opposing corner, it would wind up either on the top or on the side in relation to how I'm looking at it. Your bottom, my top. As you can see, we're starting to get like a little bit of a corner looking thing forming there. For some reason, that's so much easier on the second corner. Bringing it back to center again. You want to be aware of the weight of your paint. That is how you know you're controlling your composition. As you can see, I'm almost getting another corner here. That is because I'm very, very conscious of the weight of my paint. I use that to push the paint around or pull it, however the case may be. And then coming back across for that final corner. Very slowly. And the more this stretches, the more pop-up cells I generally get. The ones that just have a tendency to appear after you walk away from the painting. See up here, this is getting stretched a lot, so there's cells starting to form there. I'm loving what is happening with that center. Really glad I was able to maintain that. Come on, baby. Just a little bit more. Okay. All right, now I'm just going to adjust this composition a bit. I'm going to tilt this way so I can get a little bit of cell action here. Very slowly. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit and do what it do. And I will bring you in for a close-up. Back in a few. Okay, here it is. I still got my pop-up cells, but where I would usually get the bolder cells, I did not get them. And I think that that is the major difference between the background colors. When the background is more glossy than your cell makers, that's when you get like the crazy cells. And I think that this background paint is a bit more matte. Let me just pop over to the last painting and show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so here you can see that deep red, how that is glossy in comparison to the cells, which have a very matte appearance in comparison. You can see it in between, but that's where I get the bolder cells, that I call them, these big cells that look like rocks, is when it laces. That glossy paint gets a bit of lacing between those. But this is the dry painting. Anyway, I'll show you that. That's how that turned out. Beautiful. Gorgeous boulder cells. Big old juicy pop-up cells. But you can definitely see how that glossy paint gives a different effect than this. It doesn't quite give enough of that contrast to make those bolder cells pop up. So maybe I will use these colors again with a background color that I know is glossy, so I can show you the difference in what can happen. This area here is just magical. The way it blends into that background color, I love it. That's why I love for that first color to be one that matches that background color, or not necessarily match, but blends easily into it. Just gives depth. But that area is so pretty. Great Fibonacci action going there. But check out these cool cells. The copper makes some interesting shapes in these pop-up cells. A lot of times you get like these flower-like like a cell within a bubble. Kind of like eggs of some sort. Amphibious dragon eggs. This I love. I love that gradient from those blue cells into the copper. Just wow, wow, wow. Love getting that ombre action. But there it is. Definitely happy with this piece. This, just look at that, it glows. It really, really does. Let's see if I can get you in on those cells up top there. But that is it for this one. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I did. I learned that the Amsterdam Turquoise is not a glossy paint. Still works to make a beautiful painting. Oh, look at that. That is just so pretty. I really like this one. I love that shade of turquoise is just scrumptious against that copper. Oh, just amazing. All right, do check out the description box below for links to my PayPal tip jar if you feel so inclined. All of my affiliate links you will find there for Dick Blick and Amazon, Arteza. If you do your shopping online, please do check out those links. It's a way for me to make a small commission at no additional cost to you. Even on Amazon, if you're buying a washing machine through Amazon, if you use my link, I make a commission off of that. It doesn't cost you anything. So, you know, hey, hook a sister up. Christmas is coming, right? You're going to be doing all your online shopping. But also in the description box, you will find the link to my website, GinaDeLuca.net, where you can find my art and music and the fluid art inspiration cards for sale. And the fluid art inspiration cards are also on Amazon. And last but not least, join our Facebook group, Go Make Some Art. Post your masterpieces, ask your questions, get some inspiration. All right, I think that's it. I think that's the whole spiel. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Now go make some art.